Hi, welcome back to the Pynk House podcast. I am your host, Ashley TV, and here today I have Carissa and Cash with me.
Hi.
So today we're going to talk about their story. Carissa, if you kind of want to just talk about how we got here.
All right, so it all started back on a day in August. It's like, it's not that good of a day, but it's a day nonetheless that is seared into our brains kind of forever and literally into my sister's brain, like literally forever. So family violence is kind of how we got here to this platform to talk about it in a general sense, but also give like other people a sense of hope for you're not the only person going through some shit if you're going through some shit. Whether it's like your significant other, your parents, your siblings, a cousin, an uncle, an aunt, like it could be anybody. You always hear those freak accident stories about people who get like acid thrown on them and shit like that. So this is a story about, you know, jealousy overriding a sibling relationship and it ultimately ending in my sister getting shot by our other sister.
So I guess it's kind of like a sister rivalry thing. Like I don't think she liked me since day one, to be honest. Like,
yeah,
it's one of them things. So like we ended up getting into it at a little function, a little smokehouse, you know. Like we was all having a good time, and because she locked her keys in her car, pissed her off. Okay. Nonetheless, you know, she came in. We had smoked some that I thought I was pretty much paying for, but turned out, nonetheless, it was hers, but I ended up paying for it. Honey, she wanted to get big and bad, and I'm just like, I'm not that type of person. Like, you don't get big and bad with me, because when my bark comes out, it ain't nothing nice. So, you know, I pretty much told her about herself, and she didn't like it.
Is she older than y'all? Is she like the middle child, the youngest?
Yeah, she's
the middle.
Okay.
I'm the oldest sister.
And I'm the baby.
Okay,
out of the
gotcha.
older girls, I'm the baby.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It's strange though, because like going back, like now we're what, like 6-7 months out from August?
Yeah.
Or the incident. And no, not even 6 or 7 months, because August, October, November, December. Yeah, like 5 months. So almost 6 months. And like you go back and, you know, we've talked to like investigators, you know, like the DA, the DA's investigators that do like the after work of not the detectives investigating the actual case itself, but like things that categorize her in a certain category that just kind of prove that this was kind of her motive the whole time. So like going back and looking at shit from like even 2-3 years ago when me and her didn't talk to her either, it's just like you've always had this like mode of it's either me with one of y'all or both of y'all, or like I'm gonna destroy the whole entire relationship. And it's crazy because even that night she was like to me, she goes, how are you gonna make the fight between me and Cash about you? Like I never did. I'm just in the middle. Nigga, right. Like you told her she couldn't get her shit out of her car. You told her that you weren't gonna help her. You weren't gonna fucking take her home, so she came with me. Like, what do you... And now I'm in the middle all of a sudden, and it was just crazy because, like, literally, so the event happened, we left, went to my mom's house, and my mom was the last person to see the two of us besides my kids together before she got shot. And this girl going double back, talking about, I'm outside, me and my kids outside, we all in my truck. And she's like, y'all don't even realize that I'm just sitting here. And I'm like, sitting here for what, though? Like,
right.
You like, gonna shoot me in front of my kids?
Come downstairs.
Yeah, on some weird ass shit. So I was like, okay. And like that whole night was just like I didn't think it was gonna come to that until it actually fucking came to that. And I was like, holy shit. Like you already upped on us one time. We left you alone for 4 hours.
Like
how did we get back here?
She was having a whole conversation by herself. And two different conversations. Like we had a group chat, then we had individual conversations, and no, it was literally 3 because she was texting her individually, texting me individually, and still texting in the group chat. So it's like, you know, me, my mom, she taught me well.
Mm-hmm.
But I fear nobody but her. Okay? And that man upstairs. So, when she told me to come downstairs, I'm like, okay, I'll come downstairs. But you gonna end up getting your ass beat. Period. I don't believe in guns, period, point blank. But, like I told her, there's a reason why she went and picked her gun up.
Yeah. Because she knew what type of time you were on.
Bingo.
Yeah, she knew what type of time you were on.
And she
got her ass whooped prior. Like, there was 4 years prior to this. She thought she was with the smoke. I wasn't even there for this fight. And I got the video of her getting dog walked. I was like, damn. Gee, like, look, I don't tussle with my siblings like that. Like, me and Christina and my younger sister, we've come to some kind of blows, but nothing serious. We've never came to blows. Our other sister that we claim, that's our cousin that's older than us, that was raised with us, we don't come to blows with her either. You're the only fucking
she's
one. She's
literally the only one. Even my two sisters on my mom's side, I've never came to blows with them, but her, it's like you
need it.
I'm never the type of person where I'm gonna pick a fight with you simply because I'm having a bad day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And before we go to blows, I'm literally gonna try to smooth shit out. You know, like it's the simple fact that, girl, you literally have been egging and picking and all this shit since we were teenagers.
Mm. So you feel like you guys, like, it's always kind of just been like bickering back and forth with her since you guys were little?
Yeah, because it's always been
a jealousy thing with her, or a competition.
I was going to say a competition, or just like a picky
we envy
kind of
her.
Right.
First off, honey, I don't envy nobody.
Well,
nor do I get jealous of anybody.
Like,
right.
Bingo. I am who I am.
You're my sister. I don't want, like, we're already similar anyway because we're siblings. Like, we're only half siblings, but we're still similar in a lot of ways. But at that point being said, like, I don't want to be the same type of woman that you are. I don't want to be the same type of mom that you are. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory sense just because people take it that way. Like, I'm me, and I'm not going to do shit the way you do shit. And we ain't going to see eye to eye, and that's fine. What works for you doesn't work for me. And if I don't like it, I ain't going to bite it.
I'm telling you.
It's real fucking simple. But that doesn't mean that you have to try to eliminate me because you came for me first, though.
Yeah.
Like, you came for me first.
It's always been a competition in your eyes. Like, we've always just tried to be your sister.
Yeah.
Like,
or stay the hell
away. Bingo, or stay the hell away. I've always tried to be a big sister. You know, like, smooth things out. You're my little sister, you know.
Yeah, kind of like guide them.
Right, let's figure this shit out. Her, on the other hand, it's always been, oh, I have to be the top bitch. You know, I gotta be the one who y'all
does
just
everything.
envy.
I'm in the limelight.
And I'm the one that did this before you.
Right. Night of, do you guys feel like it was just like out of nowhere how it all started?
Yeah, no, like, so that whole day, because I seen her earlier that day, and something was just so fucking off. And like, I was
trying to ditch her.
We were trying to ditch her because I was like, bitch, every time I go to her event, like, it never happens for me right. Like, the last time I went to her first event with her, I got a flat tire on my fucking car. Like, I busted my tire.
Like bad juju that be showing.
Yeah,
dude. The event that I was supposed to go with,
you didn't make it.
I didn't make it.
I didn't make that event either. We ended up together.
Shit.
No, you didn't pick up a shift.
Yeah,
I picked you up from work.
Yeah,
and you went DoorDashing. Yeah.
Like, I ended up picking up a shift from work, and I ended up telling her, you know, oh well, I can't go because I don't get off till 7:30.
And I was like,
and sometimes, you know, I literally don't finish closing my kitchen up until like 9 something. So it's like, I was closing this particular day by myself, so I was like, damn, you know, I'm trying to get out of there.
But I didn't.
And girl, it was one of the ones that it wasn't meant. And she ended up picking me up, and we went door dashing. Honey, it's like,
it was way better like that. And so we had the same idea because she went to work in the morning. She's on the bus. She called me. Oh, no, you didn't go to work.
I didn't go to work.
You were taking the baby.
Yeah.
No,
I was literally off. this particular day I was off because they ended up giving me Friday and Saturday off, and I was like, damn, you know, like
I don't never have a weekend.
I don't ever have a weekend.
Right.
So like the baby, I ended up taking her to the doctors, and then after the doctors, her dad pretty much picked her up.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a whole other event that I had been invited to, and I told her that. I was like, well, dang, I've been invited to a whole nother event, and I really want to go to the other event. So we was trying to, like, ghost her. She knew it. So she's like, oh, well, no, I'll come pick you up, you know, so you and the baby don't get rained on. Where's your doctor's office? And I'm like, girl, I'm catching the bus because I need her dad to come pick her up. Oh, well, he can pick her up from my place. And like, she was doing everything in her power
to make sure that you was there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then this bitch called me and she's like, don't leave me with this bitch. Because I was like, no, I'm ditching this bitch either way. Like, fuck this bullshit, bro. Because I went to my mom's house earlier that morning before I took Roxy to school. And my mom had a vitiligo episode. So I walked in there and, like, her coffee pot's burning. She got coffee grounds everywhere. She's all disoriented and confused and doesn't know what the fuck is going on. And I'm like, damn, Mom, like, you having a seizure moment right now? What the fuck? Clean her shit up. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do nothing extra tonight. Because what if my mom needs me? I'm not trying to be out and inebriated or, like, in a crowd of people. None of that.
Right.
So I was trying to dodge anyway. She called me and she's like, don't leave me with this bitch. I won't leave you with this bitch. I was like, you gonna make me put a dress on and be cute at this fucking shit? And she was like, please don't leave me with this bitch. Sister to sister, I got you. We gonna show up. I'm gonna be like, I don't really like this vibe. We gonna leave. We gonna go DoorDash. That was the plan. Bro, I got there before they did, and man, it was a whole ordeal already. She was upset about her wig. She was upset about not having no gas. She didn't have no weed. She didn't have this. She didn't.
So it was like everything was just adding up.
And like earlier that morning, I seen her. That's what I was gonna say. And I knew this bitch was high already off the ecstasy. Because when I walked in her fucking house, she's singing the Oscar Mayer Wiener song. And that's what she does when she high as shit, bro. And I was like,
sing it, 'cause I don't think I know
she
that
said, I'm an Oscar Mayer Wiener. Like, she was singing that Getting Ready in her vanity. And I was like, I just looked at her and I was like, Like, you know how you just get eerie vibes from, like, people, places, objects? Like, that was the vibe. And I called her after that because we had already talked about this plan where I was like, oh, I gotta drop this shit off at the house, whatever. She turning into Jada right now type shit, whatever the fuck she got going on. I leave, I call her, and I was like, no, we for real gotta get away from her tonight. Like, it's not gonna go good.
So it's like you guys had, like, your intuition
The
was telling
premonition,
you.
yeah. Because even, so she had texted me, and she was like, you bringing your strap? And I was like, I wasn't going to, and I was getting ready, and I put my heels on. I remember I tied them tight, and I was like, nope. I went and switched clips, and I put one in the head, and I was like, just in case, bro, just in case.
Yeah.
And that motherfucker was in the truck, and I was like, at all means though, even though I'm strapped too, like, first of all, I'm not trying to use my strap for anything that's not completely endangering my life or someone around me. Period, point blank, because it's a risk for me to shoot it anyway.
Yeah, very much.
Number two, you're my sister. The last thing I'm thinking, vitally or deadly, I'm not trying to shoot you, period. Not to immobilize you, nothing. I would think that as my older sibling, you would have enough common sense that you wouldn't take it there. But, like, you still took it there, and I'm just like, bitch, like, what the fuck what do we got going on right now?
Like, you literally purposely went all the way back home after you were fully dressed just to get your gun.
Yeah, but then on top of that, like,
then
stopped other places before you came to my crib. You did your whole performance at the event, mind you.
Yeah.
She was at the event center.
Oh, she was performing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
she did her whole set.
No. Before that, though, you literally already had a case pending against you
for using the same
and
shit.
You went and hid your strap and then went and got it from the person that you hid it with,
right?
For just whatever reason,
just to come back.
No, she was scared for some other shit.
Not
before
to mention, but not to mention, even before we went to the event, you had your daughter walk outside with me with your gun. Like, girl, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. Absolutely doing the most. And I feel like we're not the only people who's been in this situation. I've had an ex that did the absolute most. Like, I've been met with gun violence a few times.
Yeah.
And, like, consecutively in the last 3 years, this is the third incident back to back. It was 23, 24, or no, 22, 23, 24, 21 even. And I'm just like, you know, the feeling of being threatened to that extent never changes.
Yeah.
It's like so dehumanizing, but I guess the one thing that I can say is like the one thing that changes with all that is how close you are to that person. So like when you're intimate with that person, it fucks with you, but like you can eventually get away from them. Because at the end of the day, you guys are individuals. Like, you know, you guys are it's gonna be rocky for like a year or so. Mm-hmm. But eventually y'all will stray away from each other and it works itself out. But like, I'm attached to you for life, bro. I have to sit with this shit for the rest of my life knowing that you chose to do that night. I seen you do it. I saved her life. Like, I watched this bitch die in my lap. That's a haunting fact. Like I still have nightmares of that
but
shit.
But the crazy part about it is you had all the opportunity in the world just to let it go.
Yeah.
Honestly. And you kept texting, even when we didn't text back. And the crazy part about it is, hold on, when we got there, you know, I had went, you know, got some more extra money, you know, just so we could have a better time.
Yeah.
You know, so I was walking around with money on me. Okay, she locked her keys in the car, so the little bit of money that she had to spend on a locksmith.
Oh, right, because that's why she got mad in the first place.
Yeah. Okay, mind you, we both all said, girl, don't leave your keys in the car. Now, she was going to literally walk into this place with a loaded gun in her bag.
And it's a depot.
Yeah,
it's a dispensary. Depot.
Oh, okay.
So you know that you can't do that already.
Yeah, no.
No way. So, yeah, you already breaking the law.
Yeah. So I was like, girl, just leave that shit in the car. Like, I'm leaving my bag in the car. The only thing that I'm taking in is my pen and my wallet, you know, so I can get shit. So she's like, oh, okay. So she's going through her bag, and I'm like, here goes a whole another 20 minutes. This bitch about to sit up here, fix her makeup that don't need to be fixed, all this extra shit. So I'm like, I'm going in, you know what I'm saying? Like, you sit out here.
I came around from the cars because so when I pulled into the lot, I was going to park where she parked at in the back of it.
Mm-hmm. And
my intuition was like, nope, this big bitch trying to back this shit out. I said, there's a parking spot right in the front. I'm finna whoop, because if I gotta get out, I'm finna back into whoever the fuck's behind me, and that's a wrap. I got mine. So I was like, fuck that. So I parked in the beginning. So I walk up to where they're at. As soon as she shuts her door, this one turns around and she's like, actually, let me get your car. Let me get my bag out of the car so I could put it in Riss's truck. Mm-hmm. And she's
like, oh, I already locked the car up. But here, you could take my key. And
I'm like,
find
the key.
So she's like, no. She was looking in her bra and she was like, I don't have my key. I'm like, so what happened to it? She's like, I don't know. Let's go check outside. Like.
And I'm looking through the window. They're in her purse. And she's like, oh, my doors don't lock because my key's inside. I said, no, because your car, like, it's one of those key fobs you have to plug somewhere into the car. So if it's out of the spot, it'll still lock the keys in the car because it don't notify it because it's not in the spot. Locked her shit in the fucking car. I was like, see, that's that Mitsubishi shit.
I'm telling you.
So once that happened, that's like when everything started to
go straight.
Yeah,
right.
Her attitude was on 1,000.
She had to pay for a locksmith. Okay, so me and her, we go out to her car, and she's getting her. Yeah, we ended up smoking a cigarette, talked a little bit of shit, you know.
Like, damn, she got an attitude. I'm trying to leave, don't want to deal with this shit. She overheard us. And she got mad. But here's the thing, though, is like, I have told her this at events that she's gone to in the past, and her mother has told her, and other people who have attended her events. You lose yourself in your attitude of that prissy Hollywood when, like, you're local. Remind you. Respect to all local artists, but like I have appreciation for the artists that don't go above and beyond to be rude,
right? So
and act too good. Yeah, humbled, and like shit might not go the way you want it to on your performance, but the way that you carry yourself in the venue, outside the venue, while you're leading up to your performance, it matters. Like, you already checked into your set at this point. You over here talking shit in front of people that you're about to perform for, your own entourage, the staff
and these
at
are
the building.
people that have paid for tickets.
But then you go outside and you up in the damn pistol at everybody in the middle of white neighborhood. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right. No. And then running down the driveway. And
like,
then,
I'm gonna air this shit like ghetto. Ghetto. I was like, I seen her go outside and do that ghetto shit, and I was like, that's my sister.
But now if you're part of a headline, now people ain't gonna want to pay to be in that scenery.
Yeah, because you're already putting not just your siblings at risk, but your audience who you're bringing out to your own shows at risk.
And then here's the other thing. Everybody watched your sister pretty much pay you back for what you were arguing,
which was a half a gram joint. It was a
and we only smoked literally half of it. And on top of that, we left it there. After I fucking turned around and repaid for the shit.
Right.
But so you got way more fucking weed than necessary.
Right.
Not only that though, but like, let's be real here. The rotation was going the way that you hopped into the circle. So had you just shut your fucking mouth, you were next in roto anyway. So you literally came out your face just to be that bitch. What did she say? My life is an episode of Love and Hip Hop. Oh, nigga, that's how I feel. I feel like I'm in an episode of Love and Hip Hop. But I ain't in love and this ain't hip hop. Goddamn.
But then not only that, it's like, bitch, you really caused the scene, and you made your people that were there for you come out of character. Like I told her, bitch, you're the only one that's a tax season balling bitch.
She was like, you a tax time baller. She said that to Cash. Cash was like, bitch, you're the tax time baller. She was like, everybody at this table got a job, including Riss's punk ass. What the fuck I say for you? Like, yeah, I just did my little orientation today.
Tax time baller. I didn't I like that one.
I'm telling you.
But if I made the money, why can't I tax time ball?
Right.
It was like, I made it. Right. It's mine. Fuck you.
And then not only that, it's like, but you tried to blast me after I turned around, and the person who you said whose joints they were wasn't even tripping.
Right.
He hopped in rotation and started smoking, and he told you multiple times, it's fine.
I'm not worried about it. She's
making
like, my brother
bigger than what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, and trying to drag everybody into it, and everybody's like, calm down. Even her mama was at the door like, don't act like that. Don't do this with your sisters, and they showed her ass.
All right, so boom. She started tripping because of that. Now we get to, she locked her keys in the car. So what happened? Did the tow people come to like...
They came, got her keys out.
What happened after that?
That's when she came in tripping about the stupid blunts and shit.
Tripping
about and I told her, I said, bitch, I'll beat your ass right here in this whole place.
And I'm sitting here like, here these bitches go. God damn. I was like, wait, World Stars?
I said, your mama gonna see you get your ass whooped today. Everybody in this place
straight smooth sitting across from her mama. This bitch walked away from the table and she said, Nicole, I'm about to beat the brakes off your daughter.
I sure did.
I'm about to beat the brakes off your fucking daughter.
I'm about to beat the brakes off your fucking daughter.
So then what? She ended up like leaving after all that and then came back?
No,
she
left.
Walked out.
Oh, okay, so y'all left.
Yeah, but when she came back in, we ended up leaving. I
said, stupid bitch, let me get my bag.
And she said, fuck you, that shit's all over the parking lot. And I said, we'll go back. I was like, we'll go back. I'll get your bag later. Like, we're finna leave. We go outside. This bitch was already outside at this point. So I'm already knowing what the fuck she's getting out of her bag. And I'm like, nope, I gotta get to my truck.
Yeah.
I gotta get to my truck. This bitch over here talking shit. I'm already in the car. Motherfucker started. Glock on the side. I was like, get in the motherfucking truck. Like, we're leaving. Let's go. I don't want to have to take it there, but like, if I got to take it there, I'm going to take it there.
Right. So she's pulling off and this bitch
is walking the car down, running in the high heels. You lucky I don't air this shit out. I don't air it out because it's Riss's truck, and I just blocked the motherfucker for her. Like, cool. I put the payment on it, though. That's cool.
Right.
About the 6K came in my name. That's what I told her. I was like, I think she's saying that I tried to rob her for that 6K, but shit, I'll pull the receipt out of my purse in the car right now, outside.
Mm-hmm.
You
6K
wrote
in my bank account, in my name,
a
as a
cashier's
cashier's
check, bitch.
What you gave me was a gift, and if you was mad about it, you should have never gave it to me.
Exactly.
Right.
But shit, furthermore into that though, like, after all this shit transpires, you know, she gets picked up, ambulance, whatever. Now we're at the court case and all this bullshit going on. In the midst of this, like, we're victims. You know, restraining orders, legal shit, all this bullshit. Like, my whole thing is, so gun violence needs to be, like, gun laws should be a little bit better. Mm-hmm. In the sense of, like, so here's the funny part. So she went to buy her gun. She has a prior for stabbing somebody. That's a violent crime. She should have never been able to It flagged her. Yeah. The Colorado system flagged her, and they granted her privilege anyway.
No way.
Dead ass. She asked for an appeal. They gave her one, and they granted her to own a firearm.
Oh my god.
So I was like,
so this situation could have been preventable if they would have just followed the law.
Yeah, dead ass. And here's the thing: is like that's a violent crime. I also have a felony, but mine's not a violent crime. I can get the same appeal, but I'm not gonna be so much of a risk to do something violent with my firearm.
Right.
So then there's the gun laws that have to be better, but then, so like I said, you'd be a little bit more protected if you were a victim of domestic violence. So if one of us was fucking our sister, we would have got, like, you know, some housing, we would have got some time off of work, some disappearing shit, address protection. But the fact that this is our sister and she's maneuvered with us for over 15 years and just knows us, knows our family, we live in the same state type shit, I ain't safe from this girl. You think that ankle monitor and that piece of paper going to
but wait.
Hell no.
That's the other fucked up thing. Then they, in the state of Colorado, everybody is allowed.
Used to be. Everybody used to be allowed to bond. It didn't matter what your crime was. But those laws that we just passed this year, if you are looking at a violent crime, so murder, attempted murder, rape, sexual assault, first or second degree, you are not eligible for a bond.
Oh yeah, but
anymore in the state of Colorado.
When this shit happened, she was eligible.
But wait,
this bitch bonded out on a $500,000 bond.
On a surety bond in Adams County for that shit. Then she's out on a $20K bond, the second bond that she has in Broomfield for upping that same pistol on those girls at the Walmart.
Yeah.
Then she on a $2,500 bond for harassing her baby daddy, the one that did the other live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this bitch is out on pretty much a $350,000 bond altogether.
And she just walking around like she fancy.
Yeah. Not to mention, at the last court date, they asked us if she could get her car back.
And I said I didn't give a fuck about her getting the car back.
UAs.
And I said no.
And I said no. Bitch, you was high when you did the shit. Before you came and got me and my baby, you went and got pills.
And before you came to my house, that's where you were in Aurora, the last location that pinged on Find My iPhone to find your ass. You was getting more pills.
Okay, my toes is going.
Cause your ass was higher than giraffe pussy doing this dumbass shit.
I'm telling you.
So Cash, where were you shot at?
I was shot in my face and my arm, so she broke my clavicle.
Oh.
She fractured my shoulder. I have a bullet that's literally lodged in my spine. And then she shot me in my arm. So this whole arm, I have to give my fingers back working.
Mm-hmm.
I had to gain mobility back in this whole part of my arm.
And like, so mind you, with that being said, looking at this shit at the scene, like she was face down when I got out of the truck after she got shot. The laws are just, they're wild. It's outlandish because you would think, okay, as soon as you break the law, because let's just talk about like there's laws in your state, there's laws in your country, wherever you're watching, there's laws that apply to you as a citizen. But let's talk about human laws. Let's talk about basic, just humanoid, whatever you want to call yourself. If you live and breathe and you got blood coursing through your fucking veins, you got skin on your skeleton,
you're a human.
You're a human. And there are just things that are just morally wrong. Mm-hmm. Like shooting your sibling, matricide where you kill your parents, shit like that, you know, like killing animals, you know, hurting kids, women, that type of shit. Being like Munchausen syndrome where their moms be fucking up their kids so that they get
Gypsy Rose, their mom.
Yeah, bro. Shit like that is just morally wrong. And there's nobody that talks about like the laws and how that looks. Or how to detect this. Something is just a little bit off in the family dynamic. Because low-key, when those cops were on the scene and they were like, so how do y'all know each other? Because mind you, we don't look alike. Mm-hmm. Watch, I'll show you a picture. Pull up a picture. Oh my bad. Pull up a picture of her. But like, we don't look alike.
Right, so they were questioning.
And I'm like, no, we're sisters.
Yeah.
And they were like, but how? And I was like, we all have the same dad. Like, I'm the youngest, that's the middle, she the oldest. The one y'all just carted off in the bus.
Right, bitch, I'm like, even then, bro, me and my older brother don't look nothing alike.
I'm telling you, and the crazy part about it is I don't look like none of my siblings. I'm the only dark skin, and this is so fucking crazy. I'm the only dark-skinned sister out of all of my sisters.
Right.
Even on my mom's side, I have 2 light-skinned sisters.
Mm-hmm.
On my dad's side, I have, 4 or 5 of you bitches?
No, there's 3 of us because Tori's fucking brown and she's not one of us.
No, Tori
for
is
real.
y'all skin complexion.
She brown. She an essay.
She's still light skinned. She is still a damn light bright. So,
well, I'm sorry. Oh, dark chocolates.
yes, I'm the only dark chocolate one. Okay, but my brothers are dark skinned.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I got
so
dark
you should have
skinned
been a boy.
Right.
Like,
Shut up, bitch. Should have been a boy.
Hey, I tell Christina that shit too. I'd be like, come on, Christians. Like,
So, you's a dirty bitch. You's a dirty bitch.
So what steps have you taken to like really put in some like efforts towards advocacy and stuff like that?
So like me on a day-to-day basis, I get up and I try every day to make inspiration posts.
Yeah.
You know, like
Social media is honestly, bro,
the
I
the biggest way to get your word out.
and
It really
then a day before and the day of court, I do a victims advocate like outreach
Like
on
a
my
vlog
social
thing?
media.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because like it's hard because like I've already almost died 2 times prior to this. Giving birth to my beautiful kids, and them 5 girls are very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that I almost died like due to the hands of a family member, my sister at that, you know, and the fact that my 5 beautiful girls would have never had a mom again, I would have never seen them open up presents again. Never would have seen my baby turn 13, you know, like these kind of things. But it also fucks with me because it's like, damn, now my niece and my nephews, they're not gonna have a mom after this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you double fucked yourself and you could have just left it alone.
Yeah, that would have been the better thing to do.
Exactly.
And you didn't, like, when I told you that I didn't fuck with you no more, you could have left it at that. Bro, you didn't have to come back and be like, oh, well, I wanna be real sisters and
unless you were
trying
gonna
to
be
be
honest.
Yeah.
You know, trying to let people know they're not by themselves. We're going to talk about in a couple months here, maybe doing some like fundraisers for like victim funds and things like that. Trying to find resources for them to find housing, because like it's crazy because it's so abundant in resource, but like you have to go about it a certain way. So like almost like try to create a cheat book for the next round of people that go through this kind of detrimental shit. So it's like, hey,
So they have
here's the cheat code,
resources.
so that way you can help yourself. You know, they're going to give you just this vast list of, you know, opportunities that are open if you have it. But then as soon as you go start knocking on all these doors, you don't have this, you don't qualify enough because of that. This didn't happen to you in your crime, so you don't qualify for that. So I'm trying to give you a step-by-step guide on how to get through the shit, but also like, you know, don't be afraid to sit there and really talk about your mental health, like for real.
Yeah.
And I'm really candid with my mental health. Like I talk about when I want to die. I talk about when I'm not feeling good, all that shit. But my whole main thing is like trying to hand people down the courage, because I could have drove off and left my sister there. I could have shot back and been in prison right now too. I didn't choose either or. I saved her life.
Yeah.
You know, be that person that, you know, it is an L because I could have shot her and immobilized her, and her life could be different the same way her life is different. But I took that L because now I'm gonna change your life on the other end of it. I'm gonna let people know who you really are, because you're attached to people's LLCs, their music labels, their businesses, their logos, their vlogs, and you try to make it seem like you're this wholesome mother, wife, actress, vocalist, rapper, songwriter, singer, whatever you want to call yourself, Betty Crocker within the kitchen, whipping it up. Like what? But what you really are is you're like a chameleon. You come in, you make it fit, and as soon as it doesn't fit for what you want it, it's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and you will like the girl that she's got that song with. 3 months prior to this, why she pulled up to Homegirl's house, up and on her, jacked her for her money, and reported her to CPS and told DPS that she beats her kid and does meth in front of him.
Yes.
Making songs with her?
Yes, and making songs with her.
I can't make shit up. I can't make shit up.
When she showed up to court with the girl, we're like, are you kidding me?
I was like, word.
Not your meth head friend. You really that desperate for friends though? Like it was sad.
And the thing that she said too was because she was concerned about her music at that point. She was like, I can't be attached to a meth head that beats their kids. That's just not a good look. But what about shit that's actually
she
factual
wants to
basis
make
proven
that
about you? Yeah, she is all over her social media.
So
You'll see it.
So she posted the song that she made about y'all on her platform?
Yeah, it's on Apple Music, it's on YouTube, it's on, I'm pretty sure it's promoted on her Snapchat, it's on Spotify, it's promoted on, I want to say TikTok also. Yeah, like I pulled it up in my Apple Music.
So to my audience, I'm not going to be like posting the link or to anything to that because I don't want to give her no royalties to no nothing. I don't support that. So I will not, me personally, I will not be linking any of that stuff to it.
No, because I only did a one and done on that shit. And the only reason I did a one and done is for one, like I said, my face is the cover photo for that.
Which is so crazy. Bitch, but the fact that you were the cover to another song is crazy.
I'm just like,
bro,
damn, I know I'm cute, but shit.
I didn't have people make like, this song's about me. But bro, you putting me in the cover too?
I'm telling you, I was like, no. That's doing too much.
I was like, shorty, and the sad part is too though, is like if I would have been turned ever so slightly more, you could have got away with that's not Carissa, but bitch, you can't miss these tattoos. Get out of here. What you talking about?
Her whole neck tattoo.
The whole neck tattoo. Yeah. You can literally say that it says my sister's keeper in it. I'm just like, fuck it. I got my little space buds.
So that night, do you think that she was like aiming for you specifically, Cash?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think she tried. So what I think happened is she did aim for Cash, but like I want to say she was trying to shoot at me in the truck because there were bullets further than where Cash was at.
Right.
But it just didn't go far enough because she
was basically trying to do both of y'all.
Yeah, pretty much. But she ran out of bullets shooting her and couldn't come for me. Yeah.
She emptied her whole clip.
But that's also why I said because her whole spiel on this shit is, oh well, they tried to rob me, and I keep saying it.
If I would have tried to rob
first
her,
of all,
I would have
robbed you.
I'm telling you, you wouldn't have had shit.
But
bitch,
also, second of all, my nigga, if I was outside the car with you, and right next to her or even behind her, I would have been shot. I'm so sorry, but you're telling me out of a clip of 9, 3 went into this bitch. There's no potential for the other 5 because you put 1 in the air to hit me? Fuck out of here. Ain't no fucking way. I would have been shot too to some degree. Like, come on now.
That's the crazy thing about it. We literally was pulling off and you still got out your car and shot in the air.
Like, after fumbling with your safety. After fumbling with your safety.
But you feared for your life.
With the fucking click-clacker
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, like that whole shit. And that also makes me think, like, how many people be in the heat of passion and they go back for their victims and, like my ex. That fool, he left the house, packed his whole shit one time. Left, 3 in the morning. I deadbolt the door. I hear doof, doof, doof. Don't think nothing of it. Heard this shit. Burst the fuck open. Grab the Glock, come out there, and this nigga like, why you locked me out? Nigga, you left. Packed your whole shit. And you gon' quit like...
Question me why I locked my house?
Hello, Linda. What the fuck we got going? Like, that's my whole thing. If you left the situation, if you were struggling to come back to it, if something was trying to keep you from doing it, what in the fuck made you go and do it anyway? Like, are you that psychosomatic that you had to prove that point?
Right.
It was necessary, right? It had to be necessary because, like, it doesn't make sense. It never makes sense. And really with the domestic violence, too, like, these niggas that do this shit, I'm just like, what did you get out of it? What did you gain?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like her. What the fuck did she gain?
You want to know she gained the street cred because she shot somebody.
Just for her to like turn around and put it in her song, you feel me? She probably feels like
the clout.
She like from her perspective, bro. She probably feels like, oh yeah, I'm that bitch. That bitch ain't gonna fuck with me no more. Da 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 da.
It's that episode of Love and Hip Hop.
Like that should make y'all want to go for her even harder, but in like the legal type of aspect.
And that's why and that's why I'm on this tip because
and
like,
the crazy part about
no
it is we had already reported her that night, so. It really makes her look even worse.
Because there's a whole timeline from
like
literally 8:30 p.m. Yeah. I'm just crazy. Like, it's like a whole cycle. Oh, and then furthermore into that, like, and not a lot of people know this shit, and I won't completely put my little ones on blast, but, like, you really have to take a look at people that you have attached to you, your businesses, the people that are close to you, because... it's so much more than her trying to murder my sister or trying to murder me or anything like that. Like, she's hurt my child. She's caused abuse to my child. Not no regular, like, physical abuse. I'm talking, like, some sexual abuse type shit. Like, we're currently pending another case in Aurora for that also. So it's like sometimes it's just a notion of, you know, the person that you think is the closest to you, that helps you with food stamps, that gives you a ride, lends you $50, comes and watches your kids, are the same ones who do you dirty, but will try to rip what's yours right from underneath you. And tell me why for the last like 7 months that she was around, just grooming my daughter to be quiet.
That's crazy.
Like dead ass. And it's wild that people will sit there and they're just like, oh no, I fuck with this bitch. Like, okay. But do you know the wolf in sheep's clothing that you're allowing into your den?
Right.
But then when your chicken coop blows all the fuck away up, all I ever hear is, man, fool, you was right about your sister.
Right.
How many times do you got to see her do it to me before you learn? And I guess that goes for victims, period. Like, if you see somebody going through a situation that is similar to you or is even scary to you and you're not going through it, lend a hand.
Yeah.
Even if you don't feel like you're right. And again, like, let me just reiterate it for those victims out there. Like, this means a lot. That means a lot. This symbol right here means a lot. It silently tells people that you need help in any kind of way. It can be a first responder. I'm also a mandated reporter by my career. When I see people do that sign, I automatically go for help. I work with adult seniors. Not all my adult seniors know that, but you know what? I educate them, just like I've educated my children on what is and isn't safe. We all sometimes have to step back as adults and just think to ourselves, I went through this traumatic issue, but what can I do going forward to either help myself or help the next person?
Yep, exactly.
And sometimes you just, you're like, it hurts. You're going to have to dig some shit up out the graveyard, but hey. Hey, untold stories don't save nobody's life.
I feel like, you know, God puts everybody in the situations for a reason, you know? God forbid it'd be so hard, like it really do. It'd really be confusing as fuck.
Fuck yeah.
But I'm like, Cash, you know, your life, you know, by the grace of God, you was able to still be here today.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I feel like, you know, God really is putting you guys on the right path in order to, you know, do what you want to talk about, which is advocacy for domestic violence, gun violence. And, you know, I support you guys 100%. Like,
hell yeah.
If there's any way out there that I could help, even to, like, bring the word out more, like, I will obviously do that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I feel like what you guys are doing is definitely the right step into what you're looking to accomplish.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I feel like now that there's more of a scope on, like, talking about, you know, domestic violence survivors or violence survivors, period, you know, I feel like it's a broader spectrum and we're not as unheard, but I feel like in the fact that it's still a new scope that not everybody's too sure about, we just kind of need a catalyst.
Yeah.
To take it and be like, this is how we're going to do this shit. Because that's what I told her that night. Like she said, we were on the phone with Adams County after we left the event, before we even went to my mom's house. And I told her, because she didn't want to report the fact that she upped on us at the event. And I said, no. I said, call that shit in. I said, because if she comes back, we're going to be able to fucking get her, bro. I was like, because if we continue this shit, we're never going to get nowhere. We're going to, I was like, she's going to murder us, bro. Dead ass.
Yeah.
And, like, it's crazy that I even just, like, I locked that shit away and didn't even remember it till right fucking now.
Yeah. But see, but
like,
I told her, I
shit.
said, but you see why I quit. Like, I really stopped fucking with her. Like
Yeah,
that.
bro, because it's crazy. It's scary.
Like, me, I'm not a person that likes guns. So, I'm going to beat your ass with my hands.
Right.
I had already did that one time with her, and she was already scared of
And
me.
the fact that you shot me over that is
Bingo.
crazy.
I feel like it'd be a pride thing, bro. Like, because you already knew what was the outcome of it. Because y'all
it's just
had
like
already
shooting.
been through it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's like shooting in the
She
club.
was probably
Same
like,
shit.
bro, fuck that. I'm about to end this shit. You ain't finna whip my ass.
But I
Which
think
is sad. Which is sad.
it
Because
is.
you know, it's not only females who are other than that.
Niggas
Bro, you
do
have
too.
males doing
Yeah.
it. We have the youth out here who are on that type of shit. You know what I mean?
They really
Bro, I'm
are.
like,
And you
bro,
want to know what's so crazy? Like, a month after that, one of my guy friends had got shot in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro, I definitely do agree. I feel like gun violence is, like, pretty high right now.
It is.
Bro, you have youngins out here with switches and shit, you know what I mean? So all types of crazy
My
stuff.
little cousin back in 2020, June 26th of 2020, that little nigga got walked down on 19th and Oswego by the Colombians that lived across the street just because they didn't like him.
Yeah.
Gunned him down walking home. And that shit's a cold case. So
see,
like,
and like,
yeah, it's that kind of shit,
It's
you know?
sad.
now we got like in Colorado, the biggest thing right now is like the Venezuelans and stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
and
Bro,
it's
they're
scary.
blicked up right now, and that shit's
Dude.
crazy, bro. They are blicked
These
up.
niggas tried to clean my
really
window earlier, like the other day, and I literally turned the washer fluid on these motherfuckers. Cause like, if you're a girl by yourself in a car, and if you have kids, they don't leave you alone.
They
Nah, bro,
don't.
because
They
they
don't.
just like kind of surround
you.
you.
You don't- yeah,
I'm proud
it's
of that.
scary, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely
Be careful
scary.
out there, y'all. Be careful. You're not alone. You know, there's a lot of resources out there now for those going through these types of situations, and you know, only you know when you've had enough. And when you're ready to reach out and step out, there's people here that support you. We're hoping to get a lot more things involved for like holiday stuff, you know, drives, resources for women and children, resources for if you're a victim fleeing from a crime of violence, period, that there's safe places for you to go. And, you know, oh, that's what I was saying. Unfortunately, we lose some of these people to these cases. We lose women and children. And what was I saying? Oh, that sometimes we're not as fortunate, and some of our fellow loved ones and people don't make it out of these situations. So in the future, for those types of situations, I plan into going into mortuary science and eventually having a functioning mortuary and cemetery out here in Colorado somewhere. So I'm hoping at that junction in my life to be able to put forward, outside of the foundation that we want to create, an option for bereavement for those loved ones that they leave behind, but also funeral, burial, and cremation services for those that are not so fortunate and don't make it out of these situations. I want to be able to kind of help on all aspects here, because you have the aspect where, you know, you have your living victims who are going through shit and don't always have all the resources and safety things that they need. But we also have a lot of those that don't make it out. And there's not a lot available for them, or their families for that matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So on top of being able to support you if you're living and you're trying to heal and get past this, I want you to also be able, if you've not made it or you know somebody who's not made it, I want you to know that you're also not alone, and that you also have resources on this type of movement, motion, that are here for you too. You're not unheard either, you know?
And, you know, like for those of you that, you know, did survive and, you know, you're having a hard time dealing with it, there's also resources for that. And you're not alone for that either, you know, like, when this first happened to me, I really had a hard time. But, like, as I started healing more and I got, you know, more determined, I was like, yeah, okay, I could do this, you know. Like,
we piggyback off of each other a lot for those hard days, because outside of me and her, there's not a whole lot of other people outside of the friends that we have, like Ashley, that really support us or hear us in this time of crisis with us right now. So we just want to be another extension of that. Ashley wants to be another extension of that. We're already community people that try to give back as much as possible. So we just want you to know that beyond the community reach, like specifically for these traumatic event types of things,
there's going to be help.
There's going to be a lot more help than is available for you through the state of Colorado. We're gonna fill in that gap, is what I'm trying to say. We're gonna fill in the gap here. We're gonna try to.
And just know that, you know, healing is just, it's a hard process, but at the same time, it's needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you can't stay broken forever. You know, at first, I was just like, this is not what happened. Like, it took a while for me to accept what happened, and then when I finally did, I was like, well, you want to know something? This is not about taking my life over, you know? I literally just started doing shit. Like, the whole time I was in rehab, I just started doing shit on my own. You know, like, nope, I might not have the use of one hand, but you want to know something? I got the use of both my legs. I could have been a paraplegic, you know? Like, it was a lot of things that could have went wrong that day.
Yeah.
You know, so don't beat yourself up for what happened. Like,
go forward.
make you stronger and thrive off of it, because I did, you know.
Yeah. I feel like me personally, I support your guys' movement. There's a lot of people out there who are going through the same thing, worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I'm glad that I was able to bring y'all to the platform, to bring y'all, really just to bring your story to a bigger audience, to understand that there is things that can help. You know, there is people out there who are going through such traumatic experiences, and kind of just to understand more of what the healing is and stuff that can happen after something so traumatic.
Exactly.
So I support you guys on the advocacy that you're doing. I support y'all in the movements of changing laws. I think that shit is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's needed.
Yeah, so I will also be posting some resources in order to help people out there who could possibly be going through anything. It could be domestic violence, gun violence. You know. I'm hoping that we could do an update in like a couple of months, kind of just to see where you guys are at then, and
Absolutely.
see where you guys have been going with things, and you know, just to see what we can do together.
Absolutely.
For the community.
Yeah, more collabs to come. Absolutely. Like I said, the holiday toy drives, we're on board with that this year. Hopefully our foundation will be up and running so we can also pair that with your toy drive, because if we pair them, I feel like it can reach the perfect audience.
Yeah, it will be.
I definitely will be doing a lot more toy drives for this year. We're planning to do like a back to school. We're planning to do like summer stuff for the kids who are not fortunate enough to have just simple things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Swim trunks and stuff like that.
So it's just kind of really nice to have the platform for me to bring so many people together just to help the community. Because you know, that's what I like.
Because sometimes it's not at home.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, sometimes the home is exactly what's fucking you up, and you gotta have somewhere to go.
Yeah.
You gotta have somewhere to go.
I definitely do appreciate both of you ladies' times. I appreciate you guys so much for coming.
Thank you.
You guys
we
have been so honest about everything, and I feel like you guys are just so easy to talk to, and I can't wait to see what the future will bring for both of y'all.
Thank you. Us as well.
Okay.
We happen to be here.
The trend is